What's going on, everybody? It's Mike for Sim Racing 604, and welcome back to Assetto Corsa and ASR Formula's F310 mod. This is a 1996 edition Formula 1 car from Ferrari. This car featured a 3-liter V10 and had very, very limited success in 1996, but the stats wouldn't be telling of that. It was driven by Michael Schumacher and Eddie Irvine, and Eddie Irvine in later years would go on to call this thing every name under the sun. He absolutely hated the F310. He was forced into 8 straight retirements mid-season, came back, got a 5th place, and then another retirement to end the year, so it was just atrocious for him. However, the great Michael Schumacher did manage to get a few wins there, and so ended up placing 2nd overall in the Constructors' Championship. But just to give you an idea, so the year 1996 was dominated at F1 by the Williams FW18, driven by Jacques Villeneuve and Damon Hill, and so the Ferrari managed to get 70 points, and the Williams team managed to get 175 to get first place. So just to give you an idea of that level of domination by Williams that year. And again, Eddie Irvine absolutely blamed the car for their lack of success that year. So ASR has recreated this thing. We're, by 1996, we're into a lot of the modern features that you're used to in a Formula 1 car. If we jump in the cockpit, as you can see, we are into paddle shifters, that very famous Momo steering wheel, and yeah, we're getting into more complex displays, a lot of wheel adjustable features on this car, and so it's probably a bit more user-friendly to fans of this game. So looking forward to getting this V10 out there on the track. There's actually 2 versions included with the ASR download. This is version 1.0, so this is a free download, and there's an early season and a late season. The late season is probably what you want to go for. It's got the higher nose. You have no frame of reference, but it's got a higher nose. They started the season with a lower nose, and they were the only team to do that. And it was brought into question very, very early. People wondering why they stayed with the low nose. It wasn't working out, so they went with the higher nose and got a lot more aero advantage with the higher nose. So important to note here, this is a free download from ASR, but ASR has actually parted ways with Race Department for the time being, at least. If you follow them on social media, you know they've had struggles with piracy and this and that. So they've decided to keep it all in-house. So if you go to asrformula.com, you can download this car for free for Assetto Corsa today. All right, let's get out there on the track and see how it does. so that was the F310 here at Imola. Yeah, I was running stock setup, so as you saw by the lap times, they weren't tremendous. I think my best was a 1:28.6 or something like that. Not great, didn't set the world on fire. It is a very sort of temperamental car is the best kind of way I could describe it, as Formula One cars should be. Very rewarding in some senses. The torque band is so smooth that you just kind of, you know, wherever, just seems like you have power wherever you are in the gearing. I was taking some corners that I would usually take in second. I was trying them in third, and the power was on tap anyway, so very cool car to drive. As I say, it does require a lot of very sensitive touch in your wheel. Make sure you have your force feedback set up properly, and yeah, and a lot of feathering of the gas and that kind of thing. But like all Formula One cars in the Assetto Corsa, once you sort of get it stuck in, once you figure out the car, it's just a tremendously rewarding experience. So I'm glad I got to do this. ASR Formula, I mean, it goes without saying, these guys just seem to crush it every time. Everything they produce is just fantastic in my opinion. I don't think I've got one bad car from ASR Formula, and that's really saying something. So I know they were kind of taking a hit after Kunos went and released their official F2004. It was sort of up in the air whether the ASR version of the F2004 would go anywhere, or if it would stay as kind of the de facto F2004 mod for Assetto Corsa. But anyway, that's neither here nor there with the F310. So the F310, very, very cool car. Obviously, if you have the Williams FW18, then this will go perfectly. Pairs nicely with the Ferrari F310. So another great mod, glad I could drive it. Get out there, you're probably going to need a half dozen or so laps before you really get a feel for this thing. But once you do, it's a very rewarding experience. And that engine sound, that V10 is awesome. It's just awesome. It's your kind of, I guess, typical Formula One sound from the era where, you know, it started to break out into Western media. And so here in North America, that's kind of the sound we expect from a Formula One car, and I am loving it. So great job, ASR Formula, and get out there and support them, asrformula.com. Alright, thanks so much for watching, guys, and we will see you next time.